everyone, welcome to physics classes. I am Sarabdeep Kaur Sidhu, assistant professor in physics at S Government College of Science, Education and Research, Jagraon, Ludhiana. So today's our topic is vibrations of one-dimensional monoatomic lattice. Before we start this topic, first of all, we must know what are lattice vibrations. What are lattice vibrations? So atoms in a lattice are at the lattice sides, and if we attach them, suppose these are the atoms, circles, these are the atoms. If these atoms are attached with springs, then vibration of one atom is shared by all the other atoms. Vibration of one atom is shared by all the other atoms. So, or we can say that whole of the crystal vibrates. Whole of the lattice vibrates. So, these are called lattice vibration. These are called lattice vibration, and these are of two types. One is free lattice vibrations, and second is forced lattice vibrations. What are free lattice vibration? Give information about the thermal properties of the lattice like specific heat and thermal conductivity. And forced vibrations give the information about the optical and acoustic phenomena. Clear? So these are first of all, what are the assumptions of this model? Vibrations of one-dimensional monatomic lattice. Atoms are arranged in a lattice and they are attached with each other with the help of springs, and they obey Hooke's law. F is directly proportional to x, or F is equal to beta x. What is beta? Beta is called the spring constant, and x is the displacement because atoms are vibrating. Okay? Clear? So third assumption is that the medium is non-homogeneous. If a medium is non-homogeneous, means not continuous, so the distance between the two atoms, each two atoms like this, that is a. Distance is a. Clear? Third assumption is that atoms can vibrate in a parallel to the wave vector of a lattice wave or perpendicular, but here only we taking longitudinal mode of vibrations. And next important assumption is that only nearest neighbor interactions are to be considered. For example, if this atom is nth atom, suppose nth atom, and this is n plus 1th atom, and this is n minus 1th atom, so on, 1, 2, 3, so on. Okay? The interaction, if we are reference atom we are taking is nth atom, then interaction of n with n plus 1 and with n minus 1 is to be considered. Other with next nearest neighbors ignored. Clear? So these are the assumptions. So according to these assumptions we are taking the derivation. We derive the derivation. So reference atom is nth atom. So net force on the nth atom we have to find out. Net force on the nth atom. When atoms are vibrate, for example, the xn minus 1, xn plus 1, xn minus 1, these are the displacements in x directions, or we can say x coordinates. Okay? So the values of x coordinates, the values of x coordinates, okay? X coordinates xn minus 1 and xn plus 1 are respectively are na, n minus 1a and n plus 1a, so on, because where a is the lattice constant, the distance between two atoms. Here, so we are taking reference atom, nth atom. This is the equilibrium state, and when they are displaced from a equilibrium position or mean position, these are the displacements. So this state shows strained state. This is a strained state. So net force on nth atom, that is equal to, because they obey Hooke's law, that is equal to beta, and its interaction is with n minus 1 and n plus 1. Beta xn plus 1 minus xn minus beta xn minus xn minus 1. So this is a net force. So Newton's, according to Newton's second law, what is the force? M into acceleration. Acceleration is double derivative of xn with respect to t square, because reference atom is nth atom. That is equal to beta xn plus 1 minus minus plus plus xn minus 1 minus xn minus 2 xn. So this is the our equation. So this is a differential equation. So solution of this is xn is equal to a constant e raised to power iota omega t minus k xn. Here. So the values of xn, put the value of xn a e raised to power minus, because atoms are at the sides na, n plus 1a, so on. So now put this value in this equation. So m into double derivative of xn. What is the double derivative of xn with respect to x? That is iota omega 2 times square iota omega square a e raised to power iota omega t minus kna, and that is equal to beta. With the help of the values of xn, we can write xn plus 1, xn minus 1. So xn plus 1, a e raised to power iota omega t minus k, xn plus 1, xn, according to this, xn plus 1, that is equal to a e raised to power iota omega t minus k n plus 1 into a. Here xn minus 1, similarly a e raised to power iota omega t minus k n minus 1 into a. So put the values here in this equation, xn plus 1, xn minus 1. So here is xn plus 1, a e raised to iota omega t minus k n plus 1 into a plus a e raised to power iota omega t minus k n minus 1 into a, plus 2 time minus 2 xn a e raised to power iota omega t minus k n a. So this is our equation. Now see, a e raised to iota omega t minus k n a is common from right hand side also. So take common beta a e raised to power iota omega t minus k n a, taking common. So inside the bracket what you get, a is outside, minus k n a is outside. So inside e raised to power minus iota k a. ठीक है जी, minus minus here plus e raised to power iota k a minus 2. So this is m, left hand side m, iota square is minus 1. So minus m omega square a e raised to power iota omega t minus k n a. So e raised to iota omega t minus k n a and a cancel out from left hand side and right hand side. So our result says minus m omega square, that is equal to beta e raised to power minus iota k plus e raised to power iota k minus 2. And what is this? This is the square of yes, e raised to power iota ka by 2 minus e raised to power minus iota k by 2 whole square. Square of this is this, square of this is this, and minus of 2. E raised to power terms cancelled. So this is equal to, now we multiply and divide inside the bracket by 2 iota, by 2 iota. So multiply and divide by 2 iota. So 2 iota I divide and 2 iota multiply. So what you get, this is equal to beta into 2 iota inside the bracket. And what is this? E raised to power iota theta minus e raised to power minus iota theta divided by 2 iota. What is this? This is sine of theta. So here theta is Ka by 2. So that is sine of Ka by 2. This is equal to m omega square. So our relation is this. Now minus m omega square, that is equal to beta. Iota square is minus 1, so outside minus 2 is 4. 4 beta sine square Ka by 2. Minus goes with minus. So omega square, that is equal to 4 beta upon m sine square K by 2. Or we can say omega is equal to plus minus 2 under root beta by m sine of K by 2. So this is our relation. We simplify this in another term. Now what is, if C is the stiffness, if C is the stiffness, or we can say that stiffness constant, okay? C is the stiffness, then C is equal to, we can say, force over strain. Force over strain. And force is equal to beta into x. And strain is change in length over original length. Here change in length is x. Change in length is x. And original length is a. The distance between two atoms. So from this, beta x a upon x. So C is equal to beta. This implies beta is equal to C upon A. Beta is equal to C upon A. And if rho is linear mass density. Rho is linear mass density. So this is equal to mass per unit length. And length is A, m by A. So from here m. This implies m is equal to rho into A. M is equal to rho into A. So m is this, beta is this. So beta by m, that is equal to C by A. M is rho into A. So that is equal to C upon rho into A square. So put the value of beta over m, under root beta over m. So omega in this equation, omega is equal to plus minus 2. Yes, A square outside A under root of C over rho sine of Ka by 2. And what is under root C over rho under root? This is equal to V naught. And what is V naught? What is V naught? V naught is the velocity of sound in a lattice. Velocity of sound in a lattice, and its value is constant for a given lattice. And this relation is also called dispersion relation. The relation between omega and k, wave vector. The relation between omega and k, this is also called dispersion relation for a one-dimensional monoatomic lattice. So relation between omega and k, dispersion relation. Omega is frequency and k is the wave vector. And conclusion of this article we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you very much.